What's up everybody, Assalamu alaikum, hope you're doing okay. Welcome to another episode of NFT Buzz. My name is Yar Ramesh. I'm an artist, an art collector, and a general fan of the NFT space. If you've been watching this channel, I'm sure you can tell that we are in a different location. I'm not in my usual studio setup. I'm currently in Jakarta, Indonesia. We're here for a couple of months and we're here to, do some cool stuff with NFTs and with Metaverse. Super excited to finally be shooting again. The airport staff kind of messed up our equipment, so it took us a little while to get everything back together, but I'm back, baby, and we're gonna do like a quick little video on a few concepts in the NFT space that I'm super excited about. Before we get into that though, let's quickly talk about our usual announcement. I would be giving away $100 in Ethereum to one lucky winner, and all you have to do to be a part of that competition is just watch this video and let me know in the comments which one of these concepts you are most excited about. With that out of the way, let's quickly dive into today's video. The first project that I personally feel is going to do really well is a project called Yin Yang Gang. Now this is a free mint project by nomad.eth, who is a prominent founder in this space. He founded Disto Apes a while ago, and the project has actually been pretty successful so far. They've also announced that they would have Mason Ghost as a core team member. Now Mason doesn't really have a big slate when it comes to NFTs, but he does have a lot of media background. He does have a lot of gaming experience, and he has an incredibly active and an incredibly big community. These are definitely some solid guys in the space, and when they put their hands and their heads together, I am pretty sure that this project will do pretty well. I mean, the art is very cool. It's got that pixel art thing going on. Now we know pixel art was a thing in the NFT space a while ago, and then we moved to 2D and then 3D, then cute cartoon PFPs, but I feel like this might just bring the pixel art thing back in the space. If you want to get whitelisted, I would highly recommend that you join their Discord, you join their Twitter, and I hope you win something. Next up, I want to talk about a very interesting concept called Infinity Gods. Now this is a pretty interesting concept because instead of doing one game, these guys are doing a platform or an ecosystem with multiple games based around ancient mythology and ancient civilizations. Their first game is called Infinity Merge, and it looks like a pretty cool mobile game which follows like a tiled format where you basically progress in the game by merging tiles and the different assets that you have on each tile to create bigger and better assets. The game is actually already live, pretty playable, and they already have like some cool tournaments and some cool competitions going on. So, if you want to win something, you might want to give this a try. Now, the reason I'm personally pretty bullish on this is because of the team. Now, you guys know that teams are what make or break projects. If a team is experienced, if they've got the chops to execute a project well, the project would do well. If a team is not really up to the mark, no matter how good the art is, no matter how strong the community is, the project is bound to collapse. So the founding team has had a pretty solid track record in the online gaming arena, with experience from Facebook gaming to gaming studios, and they've made quite a bit of money from their products in the past. And honestly, like I said, these days I tend to look at experienced team with solid track records because I know these guys would be able to execute their plans a lot better than your average Joe. Now they're currently minting a 4K supply, with each NFT being like $80 or something. And I got a couple of them because, dude, I'm personally very interested in the concept. What's minting right now is basically the Infinity Pass, which is like an early access membership to a bunch of cool things like future whitelists, access to exclusive gated tournaments, power-ups and boosts in the game, and access to the team, which I think is a pretty big solid point. If you're interested in the concept, check out their links in the description below. Next up, we have a very interesting concept called Utes NFT. Now I'm probably going to do like a deep dive on this project in a couple of days, but for now what I can tell you is that these guys are revolutionizing the way IP is handled in the NFT space, and this will probably become a very strong community of NFT enthusiasts. The guys that this team is whitelisting are pretty prominent members, pretty popular members of the NFT space, and when you get them together in a community, great things, cool things are bound to happen. Last but not the least, I'm going to talk about a very, very cool concept called Onic. Now, these guys are playing with the concept of a trading card game. Primarily, this team is focusing on football. So, you know, they've already got a bunch of partnerships with few tier A players, and they'd be announcing a lot more in the days to come. So basically what you have is few ways NFT holders can benefit if you hold one of their NFTs. The first one is this virtual scout game where you scout players, and based on their performances in the real world, you get rewarded. Kind of like fantasy football, but it's happening in the NFT space. Then you have something called the meta team, where players will be building a fantasy club with their NFT collections and will compete against each other. So basically what's happening is that if you own a bunch of cards, you can just put them together under your own club and basically compete against other clubs within the ecosystem. Then we have something called the inner circle. Remember how I said that this is like a trading card game? So you obviously have cards that are connected to certain players on certain teams, and each player will have a certain amount of XP. Again, like trading cards. And I think this will evolve. These cards and these NFTs will evolve based on the real world performances of the players, which I think is super, super cool. So each NFT is going to have an XP, and in the inner circle, the cards, the players that have the most XP will basically have access to some exclusive perks like signed merchandise, some gated events, and in some cases even have access to the players, which I think is a super, super cool idea. It's kind of like a membership pass. And I think as time passes by, more NFT projects that are coming from the real world, like a Web2 thing, are going to have a lot of membership access things, membership access perks for their NFT holders, because there's only so much that you can do with a profile picture flex. Let me know if you agree with that. Let me know what you think about the changes that are happening in the NFT space. Let me know if there are any projects that you are excited about in the comments. You could potentially win $100, and I could potentially find out about some cool projects. Until next time, this is me, Yar Ramesh, signing out. This was fun. I'm gonna run. Take care. Bye.